How long should I give someone to reschedule a date? So I'm assuming that you were canceled on, or like maybe last minute they said, like, hey, like, can we reschedule? Something came up, blah, blah, blah. I think this should be pretty quick. Like, I don't think an entire day should go by, or you should give somebody a full week to go by, because it leaves the other person feeling anxious and waiting for your response. And if you've ever been on the other side of that, or if you've been the one perpetuating the waiting or the anxiety of the other person by being like, hey, can we reschedule? Like, I feel like that's really unfair. And if you're on the side of the waiting right now, like, you know that it's really unfair, and you're just like, ugh, like, okay, sure, we can reschedule, but like, when? Like, what? Like, is this ever going to happen? Like, what? So I think you really shouldn't give somebody longer than like a day to reschedule. I really think it should happen within that text conversation. If they're like, hey, can we reschedule? You're like, yeah, to when? And they're like, hey, is it okay if Thursday's better, or I can do Wednesday instead? Let's say it's a Tuesday or whatever. Like, hey, can we do it in the next coming days or this weekend? But I really think you should lock down a date and nail in when that next date is, instead of being like, yeah, sounds good. Like, let me know when's best, and like letting that float in the air, because you'll never really have an answer to that. And then you'll always be like left waiting and kind of feel like you got ghosted, or just feel like this didn't go anywhere. And that's the worst feeling. So I think you should try and lock in that date in that conversation. So if they're saying, hey, can we reschedule? Yeah, of course, like, sounds good. How's Thursday? Or are you free another day this week? And try and get that answer. Like, oh, is Thursday at 7:30 good? And then you figure it out from there. But I wouldn't give it longer than that. And if you feel like you're having to put the pressure on, and you're the one having to be like, can we lock in a date? And they're like, yeah, like, I'm figuring out my schedule. Like, I'm really busy. I have a lot going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, maybe this isn't the one. And like, maybe it's time to move on and set this one aside, and go back to whoever you had, like whoever else you were talking to, or back to the drawing board, because that doesn't feel like they're putting in the energy or the effort that you want to be putting in, or that you're putting in. And if you're exerting so much more than they are, and you're bringing more to this relationship, in quotes, in bunny ears already, because it's not yet. Like, if you're already putting in so much more effort than they are, that's probably not a great sign for the start of this. And yes, like, they could be really busy. There could be something going on in their life. They could have some sort of family thing or work thing. And I'm all for rescheduling. I think that's totally fine. Stuff comes up. People have busy lives. But if you're having to push for the reschedule, and they're kind of like, yeah, like next week or the week after, blah, 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 like, they're not putting in the effort that you deserve, and I think it's time to move on.